Good morning, y'all. It's getting crisp. All right, what are we doing today? Well, with any project where you have windows that are installed, whether you put shiplap or whatever on the walls, you're gonna need to build casings around them. So that's what this project is gonna be. Putting casings around the doors and the windows using the wood that we bought from the mill. First, we're gonna prototype, then we're going to install, and then just work our way around. The only decision is how do you style the molding around the windows? And I'm gonna choose just to keep it simple. So let's see what this is going to be. Come on. So my dad, a nice, humble, mild, meek guy, not usually known for his grand entrances, but look at what he made us. So we're going to be placing that right there. So thank you very much, Dad. Let's see what this looks like installed. So the way that we're going to install this beauty is we've angled this piece. We're going to tack it in first and then butt it up against it, hold it up with the ladder, and then we have two arms that we're going to install underneath it. Exciting. Oh, there you go. Out of the rain. Beauty. All right. Let's keep her going. All right, so I'm not sure what kind of windows you have, but for me, I have these vinyl windows, and you can see this outer lip here, and that it has a bit of a give. That's what actually pinches the casing together. So for us, it's 3/4. So as we put this 3/4 piece of pine in, that give of the vinyl window keeps it snug. And that's what you want. So that's why it doesn't go all the way down deep. It just goes to this small inner bump. And then the vinyl will kind of squeeze it together. And the full package is we have this 3/4 inch. And then the 1/4 inch that we ripped off of it, we're just going to edge it on top. And that's going to be the finish. Nice and minimalist, clean lines, people. And that's how casings are put on vinyl windows. Now I know, and hopefully this helps you too. So initially we were thinking of building the box first and then pressing it in, but it's pretty tough to wedge these in there. So we're deciding to just wedge them one at a time, making each side shorter and the underneath go longer underneath them all. So trying to keep this as simple as possible, thanks to this guy. Here's the finished product. It's a little tough to make sure that this is square because the shiplap is kind of off, but we'll paint that. It's kind of dark, sorry about that. Oh, that's nice and slick. If you see here, so my dad is pressing on this and it squares it off. And you make sure that it's flush here and here as much as you can. Another thing is let's make sure that we remove any of the foam that's in the track, because if not, it'll cause you that headache. All right, well, as we're putting these casings in, I wanted to add a point for me to remember and just as a difference. So let me just show you. So this is what the finished product looks like, and it covers up when we put the shiplap and stopped at a certain point. And this was something that my dad kind of saw early on. So when we installed the windows, he kind of saw this as the final product. Now that I see it, I like it and it's fine. But in my mind, I was almost seeing like something like this where the plank would go all the way to this casing so that there was no need for kind of anything to cover it up. Now this is, I don't know, pretty advanced, as my dad would say. It's not how it's done. Well, that typically is what I want to do, is what's not been done yet. So for maybe a next project to remind me, maybe the next time, put in the windows before you put any of your siding, any of your wall covering up. Put in these casings to see how deep it's going to go, and then try to match it so it goes right next to it so that you don't need to add anything, which is essentially the same thing as, say, in the corner, because we're not putting any molding here. So that's something for me to remember for next time. Looks great with the cover, but it'd be cool to have like just slick line and nothing bumping out. Anyways, just a thought. Well, all right, so we're done. Officially put the header piece on top of the door. So as you can see, the projects are going and going and going. You don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So we're done with the casings of the doors and windows. We decided, so that is my dad's happy dance if you haven't noticed.
Sir.
So what we ended up doing is just taking straight from the mill that 1 1/8
16
board. We didn't plane anything. We just cut it down so that we had 3/4 of an inch to go into the grooves, and it left 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more to do the finishing. So with all of that, is there anything that you learned, you didn't know, you do differently?
Yeah,
What do you think?
use a table saw. Table saw is very nice.
The table
You can do a
saw,
lot, yes.
I have to agree. If I was going to start construction, the table saw would be one of the first things that I would
Yeah.
get. One of those wood knives. This is another tool. Anyways, learning all kinds thanks to this man. So that's it for us from the tiny house by the river. Gorgeous, it's too sunny, gorgeous fall day. So until the next time, take care of each other and God bless.